All right, so hi. You guys eager to see some use cases for wearable computers? So, okay, Glass, take a picture. That was it, thanks. No, I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, my name is Bouveret. I'm happy to be here and to give you some insights on what we're doing at Itissimo, which is a small company based in Würzburg that was founded 2 years ago and has a strong SAP background, a strong SAP integration background, but me, myself, I'm working with technologies, context-aware technologies like augmented reality for several years now. And we started identifying some use cases in the industrial area for smart glasses, which in my opinion is more likely to be adopted in the next years well, yeah, if you look at the B2C market, a device that I have on here, it's a Google Glass. I don't think that this will work out in the B2C sector, especially in Europe, because there are some big privacy issues and other topics that needs to be discussed. But anyways, we're focusing on use cases within companies, and we try to optimize processes by using smart glasses in conjunction with ERP systems like SAP or others. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about this topic, wearable computing and the smart factory here at the Mobile Solutions Day. Thanks for inviting me. And I just want to start with a small a few words about Itissimo. As I already said, we're developing individual integrated solutions, have some own SAP add-ons, but the last 2 years we focused on developing applications running on smart glasses like the one that I have on, but I will give you some insights on other devices that do a better job, especially if you go out in the field and try out real productive applications with smart glasses. So, yeah, smart glasses, I have some statements by Gartner. They're focusing on the whole smart glasses and augmented reality topic the last 2 years, and they try to predict what will be going on in the next years. And I just want to show you some of those statements. Well, smart glasses will bring innovation to workplace efficiency. I think this is pretty clear and self-explaining that this might happen. More interesting is that they predict that already in 2017, smart glasses may begin to save 1 billion per year just in the field service industry, which is a big number and a lot of money. So this all will be backed up, as Juniper says, by 10 million smart glasses in the market within 2018, which is not far away. So the market will then be predicted to have a 19 billion volume in the whole smart wearable devices area. So not just smart glasses, but also watches and other wearables that are out or will be coming in the next years. So yeah, for those that don't know what smart glasses are, I just want to demystify it a little bit, because smart glasses are just intelligent glasses, if you might, one might say, but they are at least wearable computers in the form of glasses, not more and not less. So they combine smartphone technology and wearable computing. That's about it. So it's no alien technology. It's nothing too fancy. It's just a smartphone in the form factor of a glass. So that's not much, but smart glasses are not new. I just want to show some pictures that are maybe 12 to 15 years old. They've come a long way. So smart glasses 12 years ago looked like this. This was a smart glass 12 years ago. So as you can see, it has some sensors. It has a pretty intense hardware setup, and you don't even see the processing unit, which is connected to this wire, this big wire going down from the helmet. So all this effort was made just to achieve a superimposition of the human field of view with one color, close to what you see here on this slide. So as you might see, this is not really ergonomic, and nobody would wear something like this, not even in the industrial area, because I think after half an hour you will get a headache or so. So this is those are some pictures from Augmented World Exposition in San Francisco. We just had one here from the Bay Area. So last year there was a whole galore of all kinds of smart glasses that were developed in the last 20 years. About that, yeah. And as we can see, smart glasses are not really new. We have some pretty nerdy looking devices like the one in the middle here, which is my favorite, middle left side, with all those cables hanging out and stuff. But you also have some devices that come pretty close to a Google Glass or a device like I'm wearing now, or like this one here. So as I said, smart glasses are not pretty new. It's a topic that is developed for the last 20, 30 years. But what is new is the whole smartphone technology really gave it a real kick, an afterburner, as you could say, to develop smart glasses that really have embedded computing power. Because as you might remember, the helmet that I showed had this wire connected to a laptop in a backpack or so, which is not really cool also. And nowadays, it's not a problem to have a quad-core processor in a very small form factor. So this enables the whole smartphone, smart glass area to be developed pretty fast. And as I look back to the last maybe 20 months or so, I don't know if I should be impressed or feared about what happened there, because it's really going pretty fast. There are many manufacturers that develop smart glasses right now as I'm speaking. So we will see pretty many smart glasses coming to the market this year and the following years. So I think it will be kind of a new area, but we'll see. This is just an overview of some smart glasses that were announced starting from January 2013 until now. Some of them are already in the market. The most promising device that we are using for our pilots and prototypes is the Vuzix M100, which I do not have with me right now, but as you can see, I have the Google Glass, which is also in this overview. And there are several other really promising devices that are kind of fragmented right now. As you might see, we should differentiate between monocular and binocular devices. So this means just a projection in one eye of the human field of view, or in two eyes, like binocular devices. And also, in terms of interaction, we have different approaches. Some devices have a trackpad, like the Google Glass does. Others have a gesture controller, so that you don't even need to touch the glass anymore, so you're just waving your hand on the right side of your head, which looks kind of strange, but is one way of interacting. They can all be speech controlled, and we have also devices like the Meta 1 or the Meta Pro that use stereoscopic cameras to be able to track your hands and track the whole environment in 3D and open up new possibilities for interacting. So at the moment, the whole area is pretty fragmented, as I said, but it all comes down to at least one device right now that is available in the market and can be used for productive applications. But to get a closer look on a device like Google Glass, I just picked this one because it's pretty easy to explain. This combines, as I said, smartphone technology, some ways of interacting, in this case, speech control or using the trackpad that is built in the side. We also have a small display, which is a prism that fits here in my right eye and projects me some digital information directly into my field of view. Also, we have all kinds of connectivity that you might know from a smartphone. We have Wi-Fi with Bluetooth, we have GPS and all kinds of sensors, like tracking, gyro sensor and accelerometer and stuff like that. So, as I said, it's a smartphone in the form factor of a glass. So, also performance-wise, the Google Glass is not the fastest device. It has an 800 megahertz OMAP CPU, if I get it right. As I said, other devices like the Vuzix, they're pretty fast or faster. They have dual-core processors already and huge RAM and stuff. So performance-wise, it's pretty impressive that you have a really small area and they need to fit all this hardware in. But we'll see a small teardown picture afterwards, so you will see what's really in the Google Glass. So some guys took it apart, and yeah. Also, ergonomics is a big issue. There's a study that smart glasses should not weigh more than 100 grams. Otherwise, you will not be really comfortable wearing them for a longer time. So Google Glass has, I think, 58 grams. The Vuzix almost the same. So they all fit into this under 100 gram paradigm. Power supply is one of the biggest issues concerning smart glasses today. Why is that? Because batteries are pretty heavy. So if you want to keep it ergonomically correct, you need to look for a small battery with enough power to supply the device for maybe an hour or two. I say an hour or two because if it depends on the application you're running on these devices, but for example, I will show some applications later, but the Google Glass is about an hour battery life if you're using the normal operating system. If you use the camera intensely, like doing some augmented reality and tracking and stuff like that, it lasts for about 15 minutes, so it's not a long time, and it's not enough to work with. So you need external battery packs to power those. Otherwise, the internal batteries is just not good enough. Here you can see a teardown picture of Google Glass. All those parts in sum are about $80, so $80, which is not much if you concern the market price of $1,500 that Google Glass is sold right now in the States. So it's really demystifying, because if you can see, the only thing that is kind of new is the prism. So they got rid of the display unit, comparing it to a smartphone, and have some small chipsets that are really not a whole innovation, but just a really small form factor for a wearable device. All right, so this is the Vuzix, as I said. It's a better device for industrial use cases. It's more robust, it has a safety glass, it can be worn on the right or left side, and it has also more power than the Google Glass. So this is the device we're using right now to deploy applications. There are other devices coming, like the Recon Jet. They announced it 1.5 years ago. I'm waiting for it still, even if I already paid for it, but hope those guys will bring it to market soon, so I will get my device. This comes from the outdoor sport area, which is also more robust than devices like Google Glass, has a changeable battery and deals with some problems of the early smart glasses already, so we're expecting pretty much of this model, but we'll see when it comes out. Yeah, a small Japanese company announced just a few weeks ago a new device focused on the industrial use of as a smart glass. Company is called West Unidis. As you see, there are some Japanese signs there, so it's not even yet translated in English, and I haven't seen it live, so maybe we have to wait a few months to see if it's just a marketing gag or if they will come out with a new device. All right, so this is awesome. I mean, this whole development, looking at the smart glasses from the last 12 or 18 months, it's really impressive what's going on there. And you see in the bottom, in black and white, the Samsung Galaxy Glass. Samsung announced that they will present a smart glass within the IFA in September here in Germany. Why is that so interesting? It's just because Samsung is the largest OEM in the Android smartphone area, so they have the hugest market share, and they really have the capacities and the know-how to build large units and bring them to market. So we think that as soon as Samsung enters the market, there will be a similar development as in the smartphone area, with dropping prices and more competition hardware-wise. So yeah, smart glasses alone are just hardware, so I talked a lot about hardware. Let's look at the software side. One big word, or two big words that are always used in context with smart glasses is augmented reality. So what is augmented reality about? Augmented reality, as the name says, overlays the human field of vision with digital information. That's basically it. And it shows, using this technology, it shows us contextual aware information for a given situation. So this is pretty nice. It's not the only technology that is used. All other context-aware technologies are also pretty important for developing smart glass applications. Like as we heard, beacon technology is a big topic also, or even scanning barcodes and QR codes can be used to show contextual relevant information. So, as you might see here, some of you might have seen the video that is pretty famous right now. Some guys think that SAP released it, but that's not the whole truth. We did it with SAP together, so I'm not stealing the screenshots. We really have the authorship for it. So as you might see on the right side, there are some screenshots from this warehouse video that is on YouTube also. And on the right side, you have screenshots from the real applications showing some examples of what can be done using a smart glass and augmented reality technology. For example, we can log in by just scanning a user ID without entering some password or stuff like that. It's all encrypted in the user ID. Or we can use contextual warnings concerning safety up there that the picker in this case is entering a security area and has to wear a helmet. So those are just small examples of what can be done. Again, Gartner, they do the hype cycle. Some of you might know it. I just have the hype cycles from 2010 on until now, and just want to show this development that the topic just augmented reality, which cannot be looked at alone if you see all these other technologies that smart glasses use. So augmented reality really has some nice development. If you look from 2010 to 2011, it made a huge jump, and afterwards to 2012 also. 2013, it's already a lot far. So me, myself, I think that augmented reality is really farther than Gartner says, because there are some examples of applications that are already in use, so at the plateau of productivity, as Gartner calls it. But I just wanted to show you that the whole topic is really gaining much attention. Some of you might have the new IKEA catalog, which is augmented reality powered, or you might have seen the Lego flagship store application of augmented reality. So yeah, let's look at some use cases or applications for smart glasses in business. We at Itissimo have identified 7 use cases that we're calling business glasses. So it's the business glasses suite, consisting of 7 use cases that we partly have already developed and in other parts are developing at the moment. The first one that, well, as I have to say, all those use cases, or most of them, are part of the video and were shown in the video, which was a vision like 14 months ago. And we started pretty quick to develop these applications shown in the video, starting with the commissioning scenario, like pick by vision in the warehouse. All those use cases have together some USPs, some like hands-free working, paperless picking, or whatever needs to be done. We can write outgoing goods directly back into ERP systems like SAP in this case. We have safety warnings, we can navigate within the warehouse, and we have also a maintenance guide with live stream functionality, which leads to the next use case. I just forgot something. I have a small video attached to this because I didn't want to show you the vision video again because I heard it was shown last year at the Mobile Solutions Day. So I will not show it. I will show a capture video of an application that we wrote based on the video to give you some insights on how this can look like. So it's just a small one. And as you can see, it's all Android based. I mean, all smart glasses that are known right now are working with Android. So it's about Android development mainly. Let's see if we can have a sound. Not too bad. So you can't hear the sound, but we have here the login with the ID card. This is in a showroom in Würzburg at one of our partners' office where we have a warehouse environment and also have a running SAP integration. And this is what the wearer of the smart glass really sees, and his job is to pick two pieces whatever he has to pick, test material. Yeah, he's using test data. So as you can see, the storage bin is not just detected, it's also visualized by overlays as soon as those little markers are recognized by the camera. So the picker really knows where to pick from. And this is also shown in the video, which gives this technology an advantage compared to, the picking time is measured also. But I think the warehouse scenario is pretty nice, but as you might have heard, some of you that are familiar with warehousing, there are already technologies that work pretty good, like pick by light or pick by voice, systems that use audio or lighting to show where to pick and what to pick. And this pick by vision technology really has to deliver some advantages compared to pick by voice or pick by light. And this is not so easy. It is faster and it can deliver some benefit, but there are use cases that are more interesting concerning the whole return on investment calculation and stuff like that. I will talk about the remote support use case, which is one of the mostly asked use case that our customers deal with. So it's all about hands-free working and maintenance via remote support. We can have a live audio-visual communication, like you know from Skype or other real-time audio-video chats. And we can superimpose and augment digital information within the field of view of the wearer of the glass. So here also I have brought a small video that is cut together but consists of the real application screen capture. Also, it might give more insights than just my words about the use case. So as you can see here, this is a technician. He has a problem with a server rack, I think a switch. So he enters the server room, he's wearing a smart glass. As I said, this is the Vuzix M100. He's now approaching the server rack, logging in with his ID card to be authorized to do what he's going to do. And then he has some context-sensitive information being displayed about the part that he has to fix or where the problem occurred. As you can see in the top right, this is what the guy with the smart glass sees. So he has this overlay. He can get further information about this Cisco switch. And if this is not enough for him to fix the problem, he can just request a live support and connect with an expert. The expert is just using a browser, so we're using web technologies for doing this real-time video conferencing. Some of you might have heard of WebRTC, which is a big topic right now. So it's all web technology based, and the expert just needs a normal browser that is capable of WebRTC to be able to see what the technician sees and to talk to him. And furthermore, if this is not enough to help him out and fix the problem, the expert can take screenshots of what the technician sees, and he can then paint on it. The developers around you might notice that this is done by using a canvas, a HTML canvas. So I have all opportunities to write on this picture, to paint on it, to put some tool information on it, and to send it back to the technician. So he will see this picture taken from his video stream with some help on it, how to fix the problem. Here we see we have a small circle, which is green, to show him where to put the cable. It's a pretty easy use case in this example, but I think you get the idea of what is possible using such software. So those are the main use cases we already have developed so far, but we're also considering developing further use cases, for example, using augmented reality and smart glasses to support learning within organizations, either to train existing stuff on new products or train new stuff on existing products, which is also a big topic in industry companies in the B2B business. So real-time documentation is also a use case that is pretty questioned right now, or everybody wants to know something about it. Why is that? Because, for example, as you might see here, the control of outgoing goods or incoming goods is a big issue for companies that send stuff. Because if they send goods out and they're not packaged correctly and this packaging is not documented well, then they might have the burden of proof if the package doesn't come to the receiver in a good constitution. So they need to have some documentation on when this product was packaged. So what are we going to do in this case? We have one pilot running. They just use smart glasses to go into the car, look at all the packages, have some audio commentaries to leave, like this is not wet and it's not smelling, so everything is okay. And the small video stops when the car is being closed. So this can be done with deep integration into ERP systems. Like they just scan the transport order by scanning a barcode with a smart glass. They take some pictures, they record some audio, and they directly save this to the SAP system, which is optimizing a already digital process using a usual camera, but it speeds up the process and helps them to get rid of the burden of proof, or to have proof that everything was okay when it left the factory. Yeah, predictive maintenance, also an interesting topic. Also hands-free working, communication machine to human. The machine can be the glass or a machine standing around, and we can display conditions and maintenance needs of products. So I think I'm running out of time, so I just have this overview here, which puts all those use cases together again for you to have it all on one slide. And yeah, that's about what my speech was about. Here's some feedback on the video that we have on YouTube. I call this the Iron Man effect because there are people talking about this kind of technology makes me want to work in shipping. So it's all about having fun, which is awesome. And also the last slide, this is a statement of one of our pilot customers. He said, utilizing smart glasses in our warehouse wouldn't just make the daily work easier and more efficient, but also much more fun, like a game. So this is what I call the Iron Man effect. Everybody wants to have fun while working, and if we can use digital assistants like smart glasses to have more fun and work more efficiently, I think it's a good thing. So yeah. Thanks a lot. If you have questions, maybe we will have some time for it later on. I will be around some minutes, so thanks.